Any place we go, we don't see the place. We want to have a photo, memories. Selfie.
Photo
Right? You go to a beautiful place. You don't even see waterfall. You want to take a photo. Or you're not seeing the real. You want to keep an image of that. That's what we do. In the cosmic levels, the same thing happens. Any experience when recording has to be done. The recording is memory. But when recording is to be done, you have to take a still image, not a moving image. So the moment you take a still image, what is a appearance wave appears as a still image. What is a continuous movement energy appears as a still moment. That becomes the subject and object. Everything in the universe is energy. Energy is constantly changing. Energy cannot stable. So is this banana? Banana is a name given to one still image of the banana. One photograph of banana. Really it was mud. The mud was taken by plant. The plant converted into carbohydrate. Carbohydrate got some color was put. So it was green color earlier. It became yellow. It becomes black. Then it gets rotten. Then it becomes mud again. Then it becomes insect. It's a continuously changing energy pattern. There's nothing called banana. Understand? It's a continuously energy changing energy. But our mind does not recognize the full energy pattern. It'll say one still image and takes a record. Says calls it banana. Is there something called banana in the world?
For eating, there is.
For eating purpose is there. So, for the convenience of a recording purpose, our sense organs are limited. Our mind is limited. We cut the energy flow which is continuously happening and record it as a small fraction. Understand? Suppose our sense organs are very limited. Correct? A bird's eye is much sharper than us. It can see much more things. A bat's ear can hear more than that. So that means reality is much more. Our sense organs are cutting it. Our mind gives a name to that for recollection purpose. Like in your laptop, you create a file and give a name for the file. Because tomorrow you have to open it up. Correct? So the mind is like a computer. It will store any experience, take a photo of the any experience, and then stores it as a record called memory. Shesha. So now, what is stored is not real. What is stored is a snapshot. By the time banana has changed actually. Banana is energy pattern. Right? So now, then you say, who saw the banana? I only saw the banana. Who is that I? I is a body-mind pattern, energy pattern. Okay? Before birth, you are nobody. And your father, mother gave one cell each. The cell became
two.
It became a meatball. It developed eyes and it started growing up. Somebody started mush and somebody started became a woman. Okay? So it is continuously changing. It's an energy pattern. Your body is energy pattern. It grows, it becomes old, shrinks, like a wave grows up, it becomes small and disappears. Like your body grows up like a wave and it disappears like a wave. Then who is this me you are speaking of? I, the subject, saw a banana. Banana is changing energy. The subject who is seeing is the changing energy. Who is seeing? The seeing is happening is the Devata. The seeing. There's no seer. The seer is not there. Seeing is happening. But seeing is recorded as an event. As a banana as an object, me as a subject, and eating as an event. An event recording is done.
One seeing is recorded as three.
One seeing is recorded as three split. Tripudi.
Without Tripudi, it is there.
Tripudi is not real, it's just a recording. Right? See, it's like in your life you have written diary. So diary is not you, it's just a log. Log of your events. Now, another thing which you have to understand in universe. Okay. In the universe, there are no nouns at all. Nouns is an illusion, noun. A noun brings the concept of object. Is banana a noun? Banana is a noun, but banana is not a solid entity. It's an energy pattern. Right? It's continuously changing energy pattern. Actually, banana, before it became energy, because it looked from a banana, it's mud. Okay, mud became seed. Then it became banana, green banana, yellow banana, brown banana, black banana, and rotten banana, and mud again. Where is banana? It's an energy pattern. Bananing is happening. Understand? In the universe, in the universal language, cosmic language, I speak of God's language, there are no nouns at all. There are only verbs. Everything is continuously moving, changing. So now, are you sitting here? You are not sitting here. Actually, Earth is moving at the rate of 25,000 miles per hour. And around Sun. Sun is moving at some thousands of miles per hour around the galaxy. Galaxy itself is moving. So, are you moving or sitting?
Experiencing sitting.
That's also Devata. Okay. So, experiencing is called Devata. Appears and disappears. It's universal. That experiencing, you personalize called Jiva. What is universally personalized as Jiva? Call it Jiva. What is a part of the cosmos you are saying is mine, is called Jiva. It can never become yours. It's a cosmic energy pattern. You say, this is my body. What is my body? A banana you eat, it will become your body. Banana, which is not me, becomes your body. Then it becomes shit. The shit inside your body is in your body. Shit outside your body is shit. Banana before eating, it's not me. Banana after eating, it becomes me. And banana after going out, it becomes shit. Not me. So then why is your body? The continuous changing energy pattern, we are cutting some air and say it's mine or not mine. Between eating and shitting, you call something as your body. What you don't understand is entire thing is energy flow. Mud became plant. Plant became banana. Banana became green banana, become yellow banana. Yellow become ripe banana. You ate. Banana is not me. You ate. Then when you ate, it becomes me. It entered your body. Then some part of the banana went out. It becomes shit. And it becomes close to the ground, mud. Again, another banana comes up. It's an energy pattern continuously changing. Me becomes not me becomes me. Then what is me? The food comes from the plant. I eat, it's not me. I eat, it becomes me. And it goes out, it is not me. The body, which comes from 5 elements, earth element, water element, fire element, wind element. Okay? It comes, the earth is not me, water is not me, we say it's not me. But when the air goes inside me, it becomes me. When air goes out, my outer element is not me. So, continuously energy pattern changing, you're calling that some part is me. It's nothing but a recording. Individuality comes only because of memory recording. A continuous event, okay, your snapshot you're taking and putting a record. That's called memory. How can a photograph be you? You are everything in yours is a verb. Okay? Changing. In the changing, we are trying to create some frozen frames, and that we call as object and subject. The changing is an experience where subject and object meet. That experience is called Devata. There's no subject object. That's why Chakshu Devata is required for seeing, and Chakshu Devata has to show us the light, sunlight. Subject and object consciousness is called Devata. There's no split. When it comes to Jiva, it becomes a split because Jiva is nothing but a bundle of memories. You are nothing but a photo album, that's all. That's why we are so happy taking selfies. We don't see the self. There's nobody called you. It's a continuous energy pattern. Understood or not? Did you understand that?
Yeah.
Right?
There is this subject coming up.
It's only recording snapshots of events. Any event is cut off, taken a snapshot and recorded. And the recording you keep on claiming me. Subject. Is this clear to all? Listen carefully. Don't keep on working. Have you understood this concept?
What is creating the subject is not clear.
That's exactly I've been shouting so far. There's no subject. There's no object.
The feeling of subject.
There's no feeling of subject. There's no feeling of object also.
Based on my experience.
There's nothing on my experience. See, everything is a continuously changing energy pattern, right? Like a wave. So in the wave, if you take a snapshot, it appears like a pyramid or any shape that is recorded. And in memory, we can keep only snapshots recording. You cannot do a continuous recording in memory. A video recording is not possible. Okay. So what you do is snapshot you record. The snapshot you call as object. The snapshot of body-mind complex at a point of time you call as me, subject. Tell me what is this me? What you call as me, body?
Every time you are taking a snapshot, two are getting created. One subject and one object.
Subject, object, and experiencing. What name we are giving? That's it. Once one experience gets split into subject, object, and experience. That's called triputi. Threefold split happens for recording purpose. And recording is an album. That's called memory. Chitta. The chitta, using chitta, you can keep on creating project. The chitta is actually part of the Sheshanaga, universal consciousness, or universal memory, chitta. Shesha means universal memory, karmic impressions. From that, you take out, like in internet, you download a file and put it back. So, in a simple way, in the universe, there are no nouns, it's only verbs are there. Because everything is changing. Everything in universe is nothing but Parashakti, Divine Mother. Okay? Are you understanding what I'm saying? Yes or no? Okay. There is nothing solid or object in the universe. How many times can you take a bath in the river Ganga? Even if you take a bath in river Ganga once, all your sins will go. That's what they say. Can you take a bath in river Ganga once? What is river? River is water flowing. Okay. There's no, river is not a solid entity. It's moving. Okay. I want to take a bath in the river Ganga. I put my feet. By the time I put my feet, some million molecules in millions, this thing, what it cells in my body has changed. By the time I take dip, something like 10-15 million cells have changed.
Even the water has changed.
Water has changed. Then who is taking the bath? Nobody. If you understand that nobody, all your sins are gone. That's the meaning of it's actually if you take a river bath in river Ganga once, your sins will go. Means if you understand that you cannot take a bath in river Ganga even once, then your sins will go. So, how subject object is created? Universe has only energy flow. The energy flow is looked as an event, and that event gets recorded. Are we clear? That's the subject of this prayer. Neither subject is real, nor object is real. It's only snapshot of the past.
So because snapshot is always partial, it does not represent, it does not constitute the whole reality, it is illusory.
Okay. So same thing I'll tell in quantum theory now. Quantum phenomena. Stop.
Here you are telling us when to stop and start recording. What about the universal recording that's happening?
I am actually trying to stop the universal recording. You are not allowing me to do that. Next step. Okay. Now this I will tell in modern science language. Same thing. Isn't it? So there are two understanding in science. One is called Newtonian physics, and second is quantum physics. And Newtonian physics, then there is Einstein's theory of relativity and quantum physics. Okay. So Newton said, discovered gravitational force, okay, momentum. Okay, when an object moves, it will continue to move until some force is applied. Right? That means very, very predictable laws of the universe, Newton said. Very predictable. If you know what the mass, the weight of some fruit, and when it falls to the ground, how much time it will take, everything is predictable. It's an equation you can put. Mathematical precision, right? Predictability. Clear? So, our Rishi said, there's a very predictable in your life. If you put your horoscope, you will do exactly as per that, because your life is predictable. That's what he said. Because you are nothing but operating at the Newtonian physics level, object level. You are a practical object. Even though you think you are a free will or something, for our astrologers, you are nothing but an object moving in cosmos. Unlike a gravitation force or something, unlike Earth or something where you put a mathematical equation, so you put an equation which is in astrology, which say this person is here now, this will happen to him, this will happen to him. It's very, very predictable, and that predictability becomes of karma. Your life is very, very predictable, because what happened in the past will determine in the future. What happens in the future will determine in the future. Karma means continuity of memory, impressions. Understand?
Karma in Newton's law, in which law does it?
Wait. Karma means, karma for you in Newton's law, there's objects are moving with a mathematical equation from universal, what I call universal laws apply, gravitation force. In human beings, law of karma applies. Okay, law of karma is nothing but works because of your impressions. Okay, so you start recording some impressions of everything: object, subject, experience, good experience, bad experience. These experiences will determine your future course of life. You'll never take a break from the experience, will you? Will you take any break? Till come up, deep sleep, come up, and again you start, right? So karma is nothing but continuity of memory is called karma. Continuity of impression is called karma. We don't ever discontinue. Okay. So the ego, I'll tell you what is ego next class, next session. Ego, its only job is to continue, keep the past and future as continuous in the present. Ego wants makes life predictable. Past should determine the future. That's the job of ego. We don't want any uncertainty in life. We want certainty in life. We want the certainty comes from your impressions, memories, records, which are not real anyway, because it's a snapshot. You are holding on to your past. You are projecting a future based on the past. And you are trying to live that life. That's why we are in a karmic cycle, which will continue forever. Why it will continue forever? Many people say, I don't believe in karma theory and all. Okay, reality is the matter or energy cannot be destroyed as per science. Energy cannot be destroyed, matter cannot be destroyed. They can only change the shape. So what was energy? It became matter. What was matter became energy. When the what became matter, you recorded something and got stored in energy in the form of information. This information and energy comes back again in different form. That's why we say punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janvi jatashanam. Again and again birth takes place. For whom? Huh?
For the one who is recording.
For the one who is recording. And the one who is recording is not real. They will find out that way later. Okay. So continuously the energy takes the form of matter. Matter, there's some experience, subject-object experience. Subject-object experience get recorded as information, and information becomes matter again, appears again. Matter, energy, transformation happens. But when it becomes matter, the laws are frozen. The law of gravity, law of cosmos are all very frozen and very predictable. So when you have taken the form of matter, when you call yourself body, all your laws are frozen. That's called karmic laws. Is that relationship clear? Newtonian physics and Newtonian physics is related to duality, Advaita, because everything appears as object. Now, objectified. Right? That was about 4 centuries back. Then early in the 20th century, quantum physics came into picture. In quantum physics, everything is uncertain. In Newtonian physics, everything is certain. In quantum physics, everything is uncertain. Newtonian physics, everything is predictable. In quantum physics, everything is unpredictable. It's a probability. It's quite opposite. What appears as solid, if you look at it, what are you? You look at a solid, 60 kg, 70 kg. You may say, no, I'm weighing 75 kg. I'm trying to reduce weight also. But if you look at it very closely, what you are is nothing but a bundle of atoms and molecules. You look at the atoms and molecules, you're nothing but subatomic particles. If you look at subatomic particles, what is that? You are nothing but energy changing matter. So what are you? What are you? It's only, I have to take only electron microscope to see you. That's all. I'm only seeing you energy. But for your husband, you will look a beautiful wife. At least he'll say so. For the purpose of recording message. So. For a scientist, you are nothing but a bundle of energy. That's all. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. For a scientist, you are a beautiful energy pattern. That's all what you are.
He'll also tell his wife when you're speaking.
That's what I'm saying. Otherwise, how will you survive? Okay. So, at the quantum level, at the Newtonian physics level, so I was telling the Newtonian physics. In Newtonian physics, everything is predictable. Okay. At the subatomic particle, everything is unpredictable. Quite opposite. In Newtonian physics, time, space, relativity, everything is predictable. Equation you can put. In Newtonian physics, at the quantum physics, atomic level, energy level, everything is unpredictable. Time cannot be, time is not there, space is not there, as we know. Okay. And gravity is also not there, as we know. Time can be reversed there. Everything can be happening ulta. Okay. Here, cause and effect is there in the physical world. In the subatomic quantum world, time and space can be reversed. Cause can come before the effect. Right? So who are you? Who do you think you are? You are nothing but a bunch of banana which is coming from mud, and a rotten banana which will go to the mud after some time. That's all what you are.
Uncertain.
Huh?
Uncertain.
At the physical level, everything is predictable. That's why we say karmic laws are very fixed. Law of karma will operate. Huh?
But described as so nice.
Okay. So what you are is no. What happens between eating and shitting? That's what you are. Eating, not me, is banana. After eating, banana becomes me. After shitting, not me. The body is like that only, made of food element. Correct? At Newtonian level, everything is predictable. At subatomic level, energy. Are we clear? So, who are you depends on who sees you. For husband, you are a beautiful wife. Okay. For a physicist, you are nothing but bones and blood and some chemicals. Or for a doctor. Okay. For a scientist, you are nothing but atoms, molecules, and bundle of energy. But that bundle of energy, your husband has to call a beautiful wife. What to do? It's his pain.
We call beautiful energy.
Beautiful energy pattern. But of course, all husbands know the energy pattern changes in the morning, afternoon, evening, it changes also. I know. It takes the form of Lakshmi, Durga, Saraswati, morning to evening. I know.
Yeah.
This is called energy, is called Shakti. Is it clear? At subatomic level, everything is a possibility. At quantum level, okay, everything is a probability. At physical level, everything is a certainty. Now, what are you in between? So, all karmic laws will apply. You can't escape karmic law, and you come to probability, and you come to certainty. But if you go to quantum world, then operate, the certainty and the physical level can change. This is called what we call as grace or synchronicity. Otherwise, you are like an object moving in the cosmos. Object moving, very predictable. Law of karma is applying. But from conscious level, if it comes there, right? So you can change the movement of this object. From consciousness level, which is quantum level, if you come down, look at the object here. That level, consciousness level or quantum level, there's no loss. All laws can be reversed. Everything can be changed. In physical level, there's nothing can be changed. All are predictable. So from that, in that level, the matter is in a flux movement. So that is used to change something here. It's called grace. Synchronicity. So in the physical world, everything is cause and effect. From quantum world to physical world, everything is causeless. Cause and effect don't work. That's why grace is causeless. The mercy is causeless. Synchronicity is causeless. The divine intervention is causeless in that sense. That cause, the quantum world, we call it as Ishvara. Anything is possible, everything is possible there. That is at a very causal state. And at physical state, the same Ishvara is called Virat Purusha. Appears as an object in the universe. So the light behaves in two ways, as waves and particles. The moment you look at the wave, it becomes a particle. That means it becomes solidified. Other is wave. At wave level, all possibilities open up. At particle level, you are frozen. At wave level, it's a field of possibility. That's called Ishvara or quantum field. At particle level, it's called matter or Virat. The one.
Saying like, out of law of karma, then anything is possible.
Who is that out? I outfind.
If the energy pattern is moving out of law of karma, it operates at a totally different.
Okay. Is this understood so far what I said? Did you understand?
With quantum, you move towards subject
In the quantum field is a field of possibilities.
because you move toward your subject.
Yeah, the moment you observe anything in the quantum field, it becomes objectified. Then it becomes frozen law.
Correct.
If you don't observe, it remains as a possibility. The moment you observe, it becomes certainty.
Not observation from
Not observing is Brahman. He knows he's very safe.
that is Sharanagati.
I'll read it now. So is it clear now? So far it's clear? Can you stop? Nothing is clear? What did you understand? Huh? You got it. Quantum and physical world. So who are you?
Who is asking?
Let's see what she's doing here. I want to come back.
May the hatred has come.
ಈಗ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅಸ್ಟ್ರಾಲಜಿ
ಹಾ.
ನಾಗದು ತುಂಬಾ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತು ನನಗೆ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ ಜಾತಕ ನೋಡೋದ್ರೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಾಳ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೋಷ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಕುಕ್ಕೆ ಸುಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಡೀ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ನಾಗ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ದ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕರ್ಮಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಜನ್ಮದಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಈಗಿಂದಿರ್ಬೋದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಾಡ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತು ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸುಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ್ಯ ಅಧಿದೇವತೆ ಅಂತ
English. So, will you 10 minutes break for Zoom, people on Zoom? Huh? Guys, you can stop this live streaming. We'll give 10 minutes break and then start.
All this like Semitic religion emphasizing much on prayer.
I tell you prayer also. Everything, nothing I leave. You ask anything, I answer. Guys, you can break the live stream and give that, or you want to continue. Okay, everybody's back?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so if any computer program is to analyze you, it'll be
Yeah.
no 80 kilos weight, 400 grams of milligrams of magnesium, 300 grams of and it's a good fertilizer for plants. That's exactly what you are.
I am between the two tips.
Okay. So is this understanding clear? What is the name given to this? Subject and object.
Separation.
Separation. No. Physics of science. Science.
Yeah. This we didn't know. What is the name?
Quantum physics.
Physics of the individual.
Physics,
Quantum.
science and spirituality.
Very important.
5 lessons from banana.
That will be a very curious title. Imagine a viewership that.
Okay.
Basically,
Life lessons
here
from
we are
banana.
told about the Newton
Okay.
physics and
You
quantum.
give some name, right? Or no, then you write. Okay. So now-
Predictable and probable.
Okay. Let us take rebirth. Birth and rebirth. Who is born and who dies?
Impressions born, impressions die.
Who is born and who dies? Physical form also is not born. It's a changing energy pattern. It cannot be born also. Right? Your father and mother ate some banana. The energy of banana became 2 cells of you. And you grow up. You ate some banana. Okay, then you one day you die and you rot and you become more bananas. Who is born and who is dying? Energy pattern is changing form, that's all. You get some food from plants, you eat, then your body becomes food for somebody else.
So only the frozen impression is born and died.
So what happens is rebirth is there or not. Rebirth is matter is recirculated. The matter becomes energy, energy becomes matter. And in the energy takes different forms. Circulation of matter to energy, energy to matter is happening continuously. That's the law of nature. Right? Wave becomes water appears as wave, disappears as water. Same thing happens to you. In deep sleep, you are wave, energy wave. There's nothing there. And morning, a wave comes and body appears and the world appears. And in dream, another body, another world appears. In deep sleep, energy wave goes. It's like a wave coming up and going. In morning to evening, do you have solid body? By morning to evening, at least 100 million cells in your body have died and 100 million cells have born. Something like 100 million, 10 million, 50 million, whatever is that. It's a changing energy pattern. So morning to evening, your mind is stable. It's not next moment also. It's an energy pattern. Your intellect also is changing. It's a continuous changing energy pattern. Then who are you? Who is born? All our experiences are recorded memory, which is not real anyway. It's a snapshot. Those recordings will play up again and come back. So that is what you call rebirth. Instead of rebirth, I use the word recirculation. Right? You know, newspaper, no, we bring the newspaper, right? I use the newspaper, recycling, right? Newspaper, then somebody takes it and he recycles it, and the newspaper is printed. So please understand, you are not reborn. Your body, mind, and intellect is recycled. That's exactly what you are. And that we call it, in a decent name you want to use, call it rebirth. You're continuously under recycling. Universe doesn't want to waste anything. Right? This is very energy conservative. When it comes, it's like very conscious, no? Universe, everything is very conscious, right? It doesn't want to leave anything. It is very conscious. It wants to recirculate, recycle you again and again. Are we
The
clear?
universe has only one trash bin,
Recyclable.
trash bin. We have to.
So who you are depends on what angle you see. Okay. I'll tell you this question, if you ask for modern artificial intelligence, It will give you answer. I'll tell you what answer it will give. Please, that's the answer actually given by ChatGPT. Okay, please understand that. So, who you are, who am I? The question is, I am a beautiful girl. That was yesterday. Today, what are you? Little bit old. Always you have to remember past. Okay, I never want to forget that I'm a beautiful girl. But today, what's happened to you? You are already become auntie. One day you become auntie also. Right? Okay, you are a beautiful wife to a husband. Poor fellow. I have no choice. Or for a doctor, you are nothing but some blood, urine, and some chemical. Right? Huh? Okay. For a scientist, you are nothing but a bundle of molecules and atoms and energy. For the universe, you are nothing but a recyclable material. Okay. One question was asked for ChatGPT. Please understand, ChatGPT is artificial intelligence. Okay. So tell me the roadmap of ChatGPT and what will happen to human race. So what do you think ChatGPT give? ChatGPT get. But now it's ChatGPT version 4. So version 7 or 8 ChatGPT will come in next 7-8 years. So that time, ChatGPT, human beings will use ChatGPT, the artificial intelligence in all aspects of life. And they will become so dependent on artificial intelligence. And human beings will be using so much of robots. Artificial intelligence will control robots also. So a stage will come where human beings are dependent on artificial intelligence so much. Then artificial intelligence, means ChatGPT says, okay, or artificial intelligence says, we have come to a stage where we are seeing that human beings are destroying themselves by destroying nature, okay, and they're actually creating all this natural calamity. So we have to remove a part of human beings. Irrelevant human beings. So the irrelevant human beings, they'll decide. Each human being is 500 grams of magnesium, 700 grams of iron. Okay, 200 grams of something else. So human beings can be recirculated to build more machines. So basically, what you call as yourself depends on who sees it. Right? So that is nothing but, in the universal language, is a recyclable material. Is that simple? But be happy. All of us are unchangeable reality called Brahman. That's the only thing which doesn't change. So that unchanging reality called Brahman is eternal existence, unconditioned existence, unconditioned awareness. And that is called Sadguru. Have you clear importance of Sadguru you understood now? And that is the only principle. Na guru adhikam tattvam, na guru adhikam tattvam. Tattvam is essential principle. Everything is derived principle. All derived principles will change. Devatas, human beings, plant, mountain, river, everything is appearance. They'll change. What is the essential principle? Ultimate essential principle, Pradnana Brahma. Pradnana is awareness. There's Atma Jyoti. There's the divine light. There's Sadguru. There's the ultimate principle. That's what Shiva says in this thing. Na guru radhikam tattvam. Nothing beyond, no principle greater than beyond the Guru Tattva. Who dies? Who is born? Okay. So now, up to this is clear to all? Huh? Little bit. At least you understood who you are.
Yeah.
You are actually 700 grams of magnesium. Okay, so too much, eh? Okay, so now we'll come to the journey. So far, it's appearance, creation. Now we'll go back to return path. Recycling path and return path. There are two paths. Okay. So continue to do. Yeah.
What is the next one?
Recycling and return. Okay. You have two choices in life at any point of time. Get into recycling or return. Everybody has two choices in life. Recycling or return. Recycling means punarapi janana, punarapi marana, punarapi janvi generation. Your whole thing will get recycled. Your memories, your body, mind, intellect, physical energy, everything gets recycled. You are born, grow up. It's an energy pattern. You die. So then it becomes food for some animals, or it goes into five elements of nature. Your memory used to recycle another body. It's okay. Leave it. It's okay. Leave it.
Practical recycling.
Okay. It's okay. I'll continue. Please don't disturb.
Okay.
So that's called recycling path. In human language, you call it rebirth. Okay. Of course, your memories will be used. Universe will be archiving your memories and we reusing. So now, what you're again and again, you're seeking what we call as, all of us, deep inside we know we are eternal. Brahman or pure existence, which only has appeared as the universe. Always we have a desire to go back. Okay? We have a desire to go back. But we don't know where to go back. Because our memory is full already. All impressions, right? So, you want to come out of the recycling path. I'll use the word recycling rather than rebirth. There's a better word.
It's better.
Right? Constantly we are getting recycled. So you want to come out of the recycling cycle. You are actually, this is a manufacturing cycle. Universe will keep on manufacturing. We'll use the material, manufacture beings, and then it again. Right? So like that. Recycling. How do you come out of recycling? Only by finding out who you are really. Okay. So that's where you have to come out. But the problem is we don't know who am I. Or rather, we identify with the body, mind, intellect complex, the matter. Okay. So then what happens? With this identification, we keep on going back and forth in the universe in different shapes. Energy form, physical form, energy form. Okay. So then we have a desire to go back. Right? This desire manifests in the form of desire for objects. Because object and subject, I want to make it one. Any desire, because subject and object is one consciousness appearing as subject and object. The same subject consciousness, object consciousness is one. We have a deep desire to acquire objects. Because we think we are object, and by acquiring object, we are growing. A desire for us to grow, or desire for us to experience oneness, or the original nature manifests as a desire in the world. First desire becomes ahankara. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. I identify the material nature, energy pattern. In fact, I don't know. I am that energy, I am that matter, you don't know. That I am oneness, it doesn't matter. But I identify with something, anatma, non-self. Like water identify with the wave. Forgetting I am the water. Okay. So now you want to grow. First you identify yourself with the body, mind, and intellect. Then one day, once you identify a moment, that's called ahankara. I becomes me. Me is body, mind, intellect. So the body, mind, intellect also keeps on changing pattern. And me will try to grow by becoming mind. Some part of the universe you want to take it to mind. Me, that's called mamakar. Ahankara and mamakar, you want to keep on acquiring. The real I, which is non-dual, where there's no subject-object split. Subject-object split is not there. It's called Atma or Brahman. But split has appeared because of the appearance. You are identifying the appearance. So that's why you keep on trying to acquire things in the world. Right? Why do you acquire? It makes you feel happy. My body, my mind, my intellect. So then, my. It's what you call relationship. There are 5 anatmas, not self. Why it's called not self? Because everything is self. It's called not self because it's appearance. It's not, self has not changed in anything. Self has appearing as something. The appearance you are giving reality. Right? So it's called non-self. Actually, non-self is self only, Atma only. But non-self, you are giving a reality to the object form and name, which is not correct, which is false. Name and form always is a memory, record. It's not the present moment. Present moment is energy or Atma. So that Atma, this self, what you are experiencing, you identify the body and mind. In reality, it's self only. In reality, body, mind, and everything is self only. But we don't identify the self, we identify with the form. The form also, present moment form, we can't identify. We only recorded form. Memories, we only identify. We can't identify the present moment, what's happening. The present moment, there's no duality. Subject object split is not there. We identify with the duality which comes from memories. Duality is only product of memory or projection of future, past and future.
By we here mean the mind identifies.
Whoever you call as you.
Oh.
Whatever you call as you. I told you so many use now. Whatever, whoever is that. Right? Whatever identity you have of you, that identity is trying to identify the body, mind, and intellect. Something claims that's I. That who claims that I will find out. Right? That's what you call ego. Right? So, ego also cannot exist independently. Ego plus Atma, together is Jivatma. That identifies. Okay. So now, your only stability comes from acquiring more and more. Anatma. There are 5 anatmas. Relationships, profession, possession, body, and mind. This is called Pancha Anatma. You start acquiring Pancha Anatma and try to acquire something from the world. You want to grow. It's impossible. It's not law of nature. Right? Because why? Everything in the world is energy. Energy cannot be stable at all. There's no way you can hold the energy. Momentarily, you can stop something. Have you heard Lakshmi, Chanchala Lakshmi? Money. Understand? And what is the name for money in English? Currency. Currency keeps on flowing. It cannot stagnate. 1 lakh rupee you keep it in a treasury. That 1 lakh will be worthless, useless in 10 years. If government bans the note, it will be useless next year also. Money you cannot hold. You cannot hold it. Money is energy. That's why we call Lakshmi as energy. Please understand, our Sanatana Dharma, the names they have given very beautifully. Energy. Money is energy. Wealth is energy. Energy you cannot stop. Hold it. If you hold it, it will just dissipate. The emperors, kings, all of them, they had so much of money. Their next generation, second generation, third generation are beggars. Why? Everything is energy. So, but energy we want to accumulate, hold in terms of anatma. My body, my family, my relationship, my job. In our today's software industry, earlier in my father's time, job was 40 years of job. Now in software industry, 3 years. My God, I have to celebrate. I complete 3 years. I see many of this LinkedIn. I celebrate 3 years of completion. That's why I understand. Oh my God, it's very big. My father celebrated 40 years of retirement. Now 3 years in a software industry, I celebrate. 4 years I celebrate because job is so uncertain. The 5 anatmas are there: relationships, possessions, profession, body and mind. Correct? And professions in today's world is there's nothing called profession. It's only temp profession. Earlier days, 10 years, 50 years retirement. So when somebody interviews for a job, we used to say, why are you coming for this? I want to work long term with your company. That was the answer we gave. Otherwise, if there's somebody doesn't give that answer, we will not take him. I want to have long-term relationship with company. Long-term is that's why 30 years, 40 years at that time. Okay. Today it has come to 3 years, long-term. And with the with artificial intelligence, the long-term comes here few hours. So you want to work? 8 hours you can work. I've seen many companies with artificial intelligence, people are getting thrown out of job. Okay. Lot of job loss. So the work profession is no longer a profession. Possession is no longer a possession. Relationships.
Going there.
Relationships will happen as long as something you can give.
Correct.
Okay. So all these things are temporary. Body is constantly changing. Mind is constantly changing. Intellect is changing. So these 5 anatmas we are trying to hold. And after some time we feel it's tight. It doesn't work this way. No matter what you're trying to do, you can't hold. And if you're married, you'll come to understand very quickly also. It accelerates. Your understanding of life. Right? And if you have children, your understanding of life matures very quickly.
We're holding,
Fast forward.
we're holding everything that wants to move.
Move. So everything is constantly changing. We want to holding on to that. Right? It's impossible. See, something stationary you can hold. I'll give you an example. See, what is there? Fan. Right? Put a finger there. Nothing happens. But switch on the fan and put your finger, it'll cut. What is moving if you put your finger there? It'll cut. Everything in life is moving. And you are trying to hold on. What will happen to you? All injuries will happen in life. Static thing you can hold, but we think it's static. It's not static, no. Life, nothing is static, no. Relationship is not static. Profession is not static. Possession is not static. Body is not static. Mind is not static. Intellect is not static. These are anatmas. So you are trying to hold. Then we'll get injured in life. That's called samsara. Suffering.
Injury suffering.
Injury is suffering. Heavy injuries. Right? So then what will happen? Some people want to find a way out of this mess. Right? What is the way out of this mess?
Let me ask you.
Huh? so as you start becoming mature, that maturity is called sannyasa. Sannyasa is not a dress. Okay? Sannyasa means mental maturity. What is maturity in life? Tell me. There or gone? Okay. Okay. So the opposite of samsara is sannyasi. Samsara is one is fully hurt and injured in life. Why is hurt? Because he's constantly trying to hold something which is not changing. Everything is changing in life. I told you there are no nouns in life. Okay, nouns are there only English grammar. There's no nouns in life. Everything is verb, constantly changing. But the speed with which it changes, you can't understand. So we are trying to hold on to some memory or image. Right? So this holding on to something which is changing causes injury. So Buddha calls it tanha. Tanha means craving, thirst. a constant thirst for something which is already changing. By the time you hold on, it's already changed. By the time you hold on, already changed. And you also change that you don't recognize. What you are trying to don't realize is what you are trying to hold on is memories, which are not real. It's like actually you are holding on to an album and think that you are actually there. Actually, there was a movie in the future in the movie. They put an implant in your brain. So all your life events are recorded. Okay. Like your life is recorded 24/7 and uploaded into cloud. What you see, what you talk, everything is recorded. Now, this recording you can share also. Like you share your mobile phone pictures, you can share your recordings also. It's like memories, very sharp recording of a 3D record, 4D recording. And life becomes very miserable. Already with a little bit of blurred memories, we are surviving. So now, if memories are this thing, every day constant fight, husband and wife. You said so, you said so, you said so. Show me your picture, show me your picture. Then finally, please understand, memory is a burden for us. We are hanging on to memory which is not real. Okay? Right? All our life, we are just doing one thing. We are hanging on to memory. We are not hanging on to reality. Reality is now. Memory is past. Memory is not real. It's just a snapshot. And samsara means suffering. Suffering not because world causes suffering. Suffering because you are holding on to unreal memories and think it's real. That's injurious. That is samsara. Sannyasa means opposite of samsara. It's not leaving the house, family, or anything. It is understanding that pancha and atmas are changing. Possession, profession, relationships, body and mind are changing. I can't hold on to that. Then that clarity which comes, one who gets is called sannyasi. That's all. It's not a change of dress. So in Sanatana Dharma, sannyasi is called sannyasi. There's a guna and karma, inner quality and outer profession. Outer profession is a dress. Inner quality is a maturity of mind. That maturity of mind comes brahmacharya, grahastha, vanaprastha, sannyasi. So we think it is stages of life. It's actually maturity of the mind. As you become more and more mature in life, you will be able to choose properly. A child goes to the market, he'll want, I want this, I want this, I want this. Right? But as the child grows up, what you want, you will be more selective. As you grow up, you become more selective. So you want to know what is valuable, what is not valuable. Finally, somebody understands nothing in the Pancha Anatma is valuable. Why Anatma? Nothing is valuable. Only valuable is Atma. So only thing which is valuable, only thing which you have to hang on and find out is called Atma. That is sannyasi. Sannyasi means comes from the word samyak nyasa. Means he deposits his mind in the right direction. Earlier you are deposited, all deposits are gone. Relationship, position, everything disappears, changes. So finally he deposits mind called Atma Dnana. Samyak Nyasa means right kind of deposit in the self. That comes only with maturity. Immature mind will look for this, that. We don't know what you want. Put your hand in 10 directions. Have you done this? What you want to do in life? This also looks good, that also looks good, that also looks good. What is the difference between you and a kid? The kid goes to the market. I want this balloon. I want this car. I want this gun. Have you grown? What you want now changes. But that mindset is same, no? You don't know exactly what you want. If you don't know what exactly you want, then you'll cut samsari. If you know very clearly, only thing which I worth wanting, worth desiring is called Atma, then you got sannyasi. That's called maturity. Samsari to sannyasi. Are you clear? Is it clear? You are holding on to something continuously changing. A person has fallen into well. Okay? Right? He is holding on to a creeper. There's no moon. It's a darkness. And something is trickling into mouth. Very sweet honey. Who is so happy. I am enjoying this honey. He doesn't know what he's holding on to is snake. And what is dripping in his mouth is honey. And there's honeycomb there. If one honeycomb bites, he'll have to leave that. And he falls into a well, they're full of crocodiles. Everything is constantly changing. We are holding on to that. Your body mind is stable. Can you guarantee tomorrow morning you'll be alive? Any doctor? Any certified doctor can you? Medically certified doctor can say tomorrow morning you will be alive. But we don't want to accept that temporariness. We want to hold on. That is called samsara. Once you understand everything is temporary, everything is changing, pancha-anatmas, I can't hold on, then you are called sannyasa. Only thing which is real worth is Atma. Where Atma means non-duality. There's no subject-object split. The moment subject-object split is there, apparent split, you are stuck. That's called Advaita. In deep sleep, there's no subject of split. Peace is there. In waking state, everything comes and dances in front of you. So deep sleep-like state, you have to attain the waking state. Right? So much of peace, what you experience in deep sleep, in the waking state. In deep sleep, there's no body, there's no mind, there's no world. Anatmas are not there. That's why peace is there. In the waking state, you understand anatmas are mithya, unreal, then same peace will happen in the waking state. Understand? You don't have to make world disappear. You have to understand world is a movie. Temporary. Anatma is like a movie, projection. If you understand, you have peace. If you think it's real, you are trapped. So, this is the spiritual journey begins. When from sansari, he becomes sannyasi, not physically sannyasa. Mental maturity comes. Right? Are you clear? So, samsari to sannyasi is spiritual journey. Then what happened to this samsari to sannyasi? What all things will go through? I'll tell you next. Am I confusing you people? No. Clear? All spirituality I'm bringing in modern language, which you can understand. Is it clear, Gayatri? Okay. Samsari to sannyasi, the journey begins. First, you have to tell the person, oh, my dear, you are trying to hold on to I, me, and mine. I can't hold on. I is the reality. Me and mine, you are trying to hold on. Right? So you can't tell him, just get out of mine immediately. What fellow is this? He takes mine out. Possession, relationships, and profession. Take it out means what you do now tomorrow. So who is to do? Your body and mind. That's also changing. That also you have to drop. But what to do? I have to do something about it. Then first prescription given to is from karma, you go to karma yoga. Right now, constantly you are chasing anatma, non-self, trying to hold on. And you are getting frustrated, and the frustration is getting recorded as memory, and memory becomes your future recycling information. I not say rebirth, recycling information. You'll get recycled based on your memory. Now, at least first stop that. What is that? Recycling, memories, impressions. How do you do that? That's called karma yoga. Everything you do as an offering to Ishvara, universal consciousness, because you came from universal consciousness. Jiva is nothing but universal consciousness manifested as Jiva. Jiva is Shiva. So remember your true nature as Ishvara, universal consciousness. Start remembering yourself, your higher self as Ishvara. So what is different? Myself and higher self. I'm individual consciousness. Okay. So that's where from Jiva to Deva concept is brought. Jiva to Deva you have to understand. Okay. What is the difference between Jiva and Deva? You think my life is personal. My dear, there's nothing personal in your life. All things is universal. See, personal life. I saw that girl. I fell in love first time. First sight, fell in love. See, there's a person. I don't share that experience. What is big deal about that? Every animal, every donkey, monkey, same thing happens. What is personal about it? It's universal. What is universal about it? The moment a boy sees a girl, some hormones are produced in the body. Okay, this hormone in boy's body and that hormone in girl's body, they call I love you. Oh, this hormone love. And the nature makes sure that every animal has that hormone. Okay, it's universal. Because otherwise, nature, the recycling will not happen, no. Recycling has to happen, no. A factory has to run, no. A business has to run, no. Business has to run, to incentive has to be kept, no. So business of nature has to go on. Then give some joys. Okay, look at the boy, look at the girl, so much of joy, happiness comes. It's a hormone is produced. And that you call as love. Right? Please understand, all emotions in our body are called hormones, chemical reactions. Okay, that you personalize. That nothing personal about it. It's a business of nature. Nature wants to make sure that you are there permanently in that. There's a book called Molecules of Emotions. A doctor, a lady, she was pregnant. During her pregnancy, she went through a lot of emotional disturbance. Then she came in research and did research. They found out that all emotions are nothing but some hormones and chemicals produced in the body. So it's called molecules of emotion. So chemical reactions, you call it as love. Chemical is nothing personal about it. It's impersonal. That's called I am in love. Huh? So the banana outside is not me. The banana moment it goes into me, it becomes me. Like that, chemical hormones becomes my love. What to do? Are you understanding? So, is it clear?
The shaping of emotion, the shaping of energy,
Huh?
and the emotion, how different are they?
Huh? No, energy, emotions are energy only. Emotions are energy and motion only. So that energy and motion is of one type of energy. One type of moment happens that you call as love, that type you call as anger. But that is I, me, anatma is me, is you'll get trapped. And emotion is anatma, not self. Body is not self. Mind is not self. That I call as self. Okay? Atma. That's your trap. So then what is told? Okay. Now, first time he is not told to him that anatma you don't get out. So first time it is, now you want to get happiness from the world now. So don't get happiness from the world, because all happiness comes from the inner self, who is nothing but Ishvara. Happiness comes from Ishvara. Entire work which you are trying to do for happiness. So do work for Ishvara. You continue your work. Whatever work you are doing, continue. But don't create further impressions. Okay? Live in the moment. Whatever result comes, accept is the Ishvara's grace. Okay? Understand the body-mind complex is functioning because of Ishvara. So that's why first level from Jiva to Deva concept. Deva thing, basically. Deva means conscious forces, which is common to all of us. Right? And there's nothing personal about life at all. The personal is only your illusion. Life is impersonal functioning of nature. Those who want to incorporate or business, they understand very well. A business process has to go on. A CEO comes, CEO gets fired. An employee comes, employee gets fired. Okay, only purpose of corporate business process is to make money, money, money. Who is there? Irrelevant. But you sit in the chair. See, I'm CEO. You are there or somebody else is there. Doesn't matter. Dog doesn't matter. The functioning of the corporation goes on, making money. That's the process, business process. It's impersonal. But you personalize. See, I only did sales of so much. Next day you're fired. So what is personal about your corporate work? Tell me. Does it happen in a family? Each of us started playing a role. That role we think it's personal. It's me only. It's all role, my dear. It's all temporarily playing a role. As long as you understand real, you are safe. So Ishvara or universal consciousness has given a role to you. Your problem, you are suffering because the role you have personalized. That's your suffering. Play the role given to you without identifying the role. Do your best. That's the first step. It's called Karma Yoga. The moment you do Karma Yoga, you live moment to moment. And moment to moment, when you live, you will not create further impressions. The past impressions will keep coming up, but further impressions will not create. Okay. So if you live in the present moment, do your work for higher principles, then there's a possibility that you'll touch a higher consciousness from mechanistic duality world, which is Newtonian, to quantum world, which is Ishvara. There's a possibility that touch will happen. Understand? And the touching point is where surrender happens. So then, at the quantum field, a lot of possibilities open up. That's why Ramana Maharshi keeps saying, inquire who you are. As long as you think you are a body, mind, and intellect, you are a recycling machine. The moment you start working Karma Yoga, you live in the moment to moment. You do the service. Atmano mokshartam jagaditaya, self-realization, selfless service you start doing. There's a possibility that you'll break this predictability of karmic laws. Karmic laws are very predictable. Cause and effect. But if you start doing Karma Yoga and you start doing service and work towards Atmano mokshartam, who am I? A break will happen in your karmic cycle. You touch the universal consciousness, Ishvara. That's why Karma Yoga is first work for Ishvara, not for the object. So that's a possibility opens up. And at that point, grace can happen in your life. A grace is causeless. Everything in the universe is cause and effect. Grace is causeless. From higher to lower is causeless. From in the earthly plane, everything is cause and effect. So suddenly something opens up in your life. That's called Karma Yoga. Okay. So then love Ishvara, because happiness, your body mind functioning, universe functioning is because of universal consciousness. Love for God develops. That's called bhakti. Devotion. Because my existence is universal level, is Ishvara. So at this point of time, you are working for something in the world. The teaching is the Ishvara himself is appearing as all things in the world. See God in everybody. See God in everybody and do service. Do Karma Yoga. But seeing God in everybody, not that literally you see. Understand only consciousness has appeared as body-mind complex. So it's not gone deep into you. You have to bring it up. You have to think of it. So then what will happen? Seeing God in everybody, doing service, then it becomes Bhakti Yoga and Karma Yoga. Now he's seeing God, then there is a seer. There's ego is there. Who is the ego? You'll find out. Okay? So this will start purifying you. And if the purification happens, the devotion, Karma Yoga mature. The devotion, Karma Yoga mature into surrender. The surrender is not forced one. The fulfillment, the maturity of devotion and Karma Yoga is called surrender. So then what happens? Something opens up inside. And that opening is higher consciousness, Ishvara, functioning at the body-mind level and the universal level to bring certain things in your life. That's called grace. The grace is not a cause and effect. You cannot bribe Ishvara. Okay? It's causeless mercy. And that causeless mercy, causeless compassion comes in your life as Sadguru. Sadguru's teaching is causeless. There's no reason why he has to teach. Just because somebody comes and nice gifts he gives, Sadguru doesn't teach. There's no reason why he has to teach. He has become free. He has become liberated. So Sadguru's love and compassion is causeless. Everything in universe is cause and effect. And cause and effect is predictable. Causeless, you cannot predict. You cannot put a boundary. So the teaching will take you Jnana Yoga. And Jnana Yoga teaching you to question your real self. Nanu, Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidananda Atma, Shivananani, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. In Bhakti Yoga and Karma Yoga, there is a sense of me is there. You are trying to become free from other anatmas. What is other anatma? Possession, family, relationship. Depending your happiness on the possession, family, and relationship, that you are getting out. So your happiness comes from service. To whom? Not to people, to God, Ishvara. I'm offering my service to Ishvara. Because ultimately Ishvara only is giving you happiness. But two anatmas are remaining. I am the body and the mind. That anatma, I am the body and mind can get only through Jnana. Other anatma you can get through Bhakti and Karma Yoga. Correct? So now, making you understand that God is in everybody. It's called iti, iti, iti. But now, this is not pure Jnana. It's called lower level Bhakti. So see God everywhere. Still it's lower level Bhakti because you are not clear what is God is. Understand? So you start developing lower level Bhakti. It's called Apara Bhakti. And then you start working as service of God. Guru Pada Sevan. Are you clear? So now in this stage, ego is there. I am the body, I am the mind, ego is there. You are identified to anatma. But you are trying to get rid of other three anatma. What are they? Position, profession, relation. You are not getting out of them. You understand happiness comes from Ishvara. So everything I have to see Ishvara in this anatma and do service. You are understanding, you are modifying. Is it clear? So we have come to Bhakti Yoga and Jnana. See, ultimately, everything I want in life for happiness, acquire for happiness. But so once you start understanding, happiness is not depending on acquiring because they are not real in that sense. The happiness is coming from inner nature. So you are shifted your attention from Mithya to Satya, not fully. That time, Apara Bhakti starts, devotion and service, Karma Yoga. So you have taken the first step in Atmano Moksha from Jagat. From samsari, you are trying to become sannyasi. Not become fully sannyasi. If you have to become fully sannyasi, other two anatmas have to be left. I am the body, I am the mind. That can be only left through Jnana. Right? Stop. Clear? Any questions?
Just happiness thing. So like when you're going behind objects, you know that when you acquire an object, you get temporary happiness. Now, when you're becoming a sannyasi, it's a gradual journey. You still want to look for that, same sense of happiness which you are getting from acquiring objects.
Right.
So, like, how does
Right.
looking for,
Yeah. I'll tell you. Right? So I'll tell you about happiness. And I'll tell you who is looking for this problem. Who is samsari? Kathin, you want to go now? You don't listen to some full liberation, you don't know?
Just need
Huh? Okay. So you have some work.
Guruji, this is part 2. Sorry to.
I don't know whatever names you are using.
Earlier one, the one which you ended, it's Samsari to Sannyasi.
And now, okay, the journey. This is part 2, you can call it journey. Sunset. No, you can guess the Karma Yoga and journey continues. Okay, now who is looking for liberation? Who is looking for becoming freedom? So this will start happening only when Jnana Yoga, you come into Jnana Yoga. Before that, it doesn't happen. Right? So who is that? Who is seeking freedom? Okay. I'll give you an example. There's a fan and there's electricity. The moment electricity is there, fan starts rotating. Okay. So now Electricity cannot blow air. Fan cannot move. Who is blowing air? A combination of electricity and fan. Individually, they cannot do. Similarly, a combination of Atma and Anatma is involved in karma. A combination of Atma and Anatma. That's called Jivatma. Jiva alone, Jiva is the ego. That alone cannot do something. Atma cannot do anything. Atma is like electricity, Jiva is like a fan. So individually they cannot do anything. Together they can do something. But there's a problem here. The problem here is Atma is consciousness. Okay. And body, mind, intellect is matter. The matter and consciousness cannot be together. Nothing can combine them. Like oil and water cannot merge. But they appear to be merging. The Jivatma and Paramatma, Jiva and Atma appear to be, body, mind, and intellect and Atma together seems to be a combination called Jivatma. Non-self and self appear to be again one entity. That one entity which binds them together is called ego. Now, if you look in reality, a thing called ego cannot exist. Because nothing can combine Atma and Anatma. Right? They're opposite nature, like oil and water. But practically, they seem to be combining each other. Reality is not possible. Reality, this ego is false. But apparently, there seems to be solid and real. Who is dreaming your life? Ego alone has no existence. Ego derives its existence from Atma. But ego thinks my strength is body, mind, intellect. Ego doesn't understand I am the Atma. Jiva Atma forgets Atma and say I am Jiva, and body and mind is my nature. And it's driving, and it derives the strength from Jiva Atma only. There's an illusionary entity is created. And being illusionary entity, it can live only on illusion. It cannot live on reality. Ego lives not on the present moment. It lives only on the past. Memories. Ego lives only in the future. Projections. Ego cannot be in the present moment at all. Present moment, only energy pattern is there. In the present moment, there is no subject-object duality. Ego cannot exist and survive in the present moment. So that's why Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, the teaching is to live in the present moment. If you are able to live in the present moment, ego cannot survive. If ego doesn't survive, you will fall back into universal consciousness. Otherwise, your individual consciousness. Ego keeps you individual consciousness. Ego is nothing but a bundle of memories, past, project in the future.
The cosmic mind does no binding.
No. Cosmic mind, there's no binding. Universal consciousness, there's no binding. Right? So now, the challenge is ego, which is not real at all, illusionary entity. In your spiritual journey from samsari to sannyasi, you're trying to drop an ego which doesn't exist, which has no existence of its own, which is not real. What are you trying to do? Ego is survival memory, which is not real. Present moment, there is no ego. The future is again imagination. That's why it's called kalpa, kalpane. You're living always in kalpane, imagination, not living in the reality. Understand? So the moment, even for a brief moment, if you are slip into reality, the grace will flow. What is grace? Grace is nothing but meaningful coincidence happening in your life. Something which is more meaningful for you. There are many coincidences in life. Some accidents, some happening somewhere. But some meaningful coincidence which adds value to your life. That's called grace. It can be meeting some guru, or it can be getting some spiritual book. It can be meeting something which will come out of your situation. Right? So these meaningful coincidences in your life, the possibility keeps on increasing. The more and more you start living in the present moment. The more and more you start living in the present moment. Karma yoga, bhakti yoga, Atma mokshatam jagadidaya. More and more grace you start observing every moment of your life. Otherwise, grace is an accident. Grace is causeless. But the causeless cause, you start seeing everywhere as you start living real in bhakti and karma yoga. Atma mokshatam jagadidaya. So, the entire spiritual journey anywhere in the world is to get rid of this ego fellow. Without knowing, the ego itself is not there. We are real. It's an illusion. Ego itself is the biggest falsehood. I know when we go to somebody's house, I'm afraid because they are watching a TV serial. They don't want to close the TV serial. They'll give me a big album. See this album. This is my marriage album. This is open. See. Okay, because they want to complete the TV serial. And this is big album. Nowadays, photo is cheap, no? Hundreds of photos. I, poor fellow, start going through. Half an hour, they complete their TV serial. Did you see the album? Yes. Did you see me? Where are you? Chetty fellow. That person is now it's 80 kgs. Yes, Chetty fellow. See, this is me only. The Chetty fellow photo has become you. All your memories are not you. You are claiming all your memories as me. That's called ego. Total falsehood.
Ego itself is an impression.
Ego is not an impression. Ego is an impression. A past recording. Actually, recordings are discrete events in memory. Unconnected events. That unconnected events, ego will stitch together and create story. Ego is a storyteller. Right? All of us, life has a story. You see? I'm so successful man in life. Because he neglects all the failures. Because ego wants to stitch together all success events. See, I'm miserable. I've been suffering in life. I'm a doormat in my life. All good events, you forget it. So ego is a good storyteller. That's why all of us look like love stories. Tell me who doesn't love story? Everybody has creates a love story of their life. Everybody has a story, no?
So many movies are like this.
Movies are like this. Everybody wants to tell a story of their life. Everyone listens to story because ego is a storyteller. Ego is not at all real. Okay. So now you have a chance to get out of this recycling business. Okay. Recycling business by recognizing who you are. Who am I? Right? Until you recognize who am I, you will not be able to come out. The ego is a false entity. And the false entity, you cannot remove it because it's not there. Because it's a product of past. You're trying to remove in the present moment. The moment you remove, something else comes again. You have to understand it's not me. It is like somebody was afraid of a ghost. He wants to get rid of ghost. The mantravadi says, magician, sorcerer says, you go into a burial ground, bury that ghost and come back. So he goes in the midnight, buries that ghost and comes back. Again, the ghost is chasing him. The ghost is a shadow. Shadow has no existence. What has no existence? You can't remove it. Ego is that no existence for him. You have to understand it's a shadow. So understand it's called Jnana Yoga. So Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga opens up grace in your life. The grace is causeless. The grace you can't demand. Grace you can't command. It's not cause and effect. Grace comes out of surrender. Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga matures into surrender. So, did I answer the question of ego? Who has the question of ego?
I asked about happiness.
Happiness, I'll tell you. Next, first understand who is looking for happiness. No. I don't think you people will get mukti today. I can only stop at bhakti yoga karne yoga. Jnana yoga next group mein. We are constantly dealing with unreality. Dealing with unreality is not a problem. Thinking it's real, it's a problem.
Because we can't deal with the real truth.
You can't deal with the real. You have to deal with unreal only. Great wisdom. So next, one last talk, I'll close. Okay. Who is looking for happiness? Okay. So constantly we are looking for happiness from the objects of the world. Who is this fellow looking for happiness? Atma cannot look for happiness because Atma is happiness itself. Jiva cannot get happiness because it's not real. The moment it gets happiness, is anyway it's unreal. Okay. What is happiness? Happiness is when subject and object become one. Right? Which is actually non-duality. Non-duality in the physical world. What are temporary non-duality? Subject, I love coffee. So moment I put 1 cup of coffee in my mouth, subject has become object. Subject has become one object. Aha, what a coffee experience. Coffee and me have become one. Subject and object have become one. Right? So that's called yoga. Subject and object momentarily becoming one is called yoga. Karma yoga, bhakti yoga. Momentary connecting of subject and object is called yoga. Now, jnana is yoga is when there is a separation, momentary separation, momentary union. Whereas jnana is transcendence. There's no union required. So in this yoga, you start getting happiness. Why? Subject and object become one. When subject and object have become one, the mind is silent momentarily. So when mind has become silent, you feel expanded because subject and object are one. Now coffee is not coffee, me is not me. Me and coffee have become experience of coffee. Right? From Jiva you have become Deva. Deva is the experience. Subject and object have become one. Okay. So then, but this mind only records before happiness. I got a cup of coffee and happiness was there. During happiness, mind is not there. Mind has become silent. After happiness, I remember the last event, which is coffee. So coffee gives me happiness. So I constantly crave for objects of the world. Anatmas, possession, relationships, profession. So that time, you question what is this cause for happiness? The cause for happiness, you associate with a cup of coffee. But really, cause for happiness is mind becoming silent. When the mind becomes silent, happiness of bliss of self is reflected in the mind. The mind cannot understand. The mind can understand real cause of happiness only through jnana. Right? So how does this transition happen? How to get rid of this addiction to objects? Karma yoga, bhakti yoga is the way. First step. Or any type of yoga. So while doing yoga, you'll feel happy. While doing job, you'll feel happy. While during devotion, you'll be happy. At least from result being happy, you are shifted to action being happy. That's called bhakti and karma yoga. Then gradually you understand, I don't need to do anything to be happy. That's called jnana yoga. Did I answer your question? From object and result, my focus has shifted to the interactions.
Prabhu, that understanding, I don't know, maybe it's still not giving that happiness or, is something missing in that understanding. Like now you know that, okay, objects cannot give you permanent happiness. So, happiness is the nature of the self.
Right.
But, then you also expect jnana to be another object which is going to give some permanent happiness.
No. Jnana is not object.
So,
Jnana is actually denial of all objects.
So, but that happiness, like, I don't know how to put it. Like, there's That happiness is still not there.
So the happiness is still not there because one who's seeking happiness is still there. The seeker of happiness is still there. So in Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, seeker of happiness becomes dormant during the action. In Dana Yoga, seeker of happiness disappears in Samadhi initially, gradually, all the time. So the happiness is not fully blossoming because the seeker is there. Rudiments of seeker is there. Some traces of seeker is there. Okay. So we'll close for the day. So, can you stop it? Unfortunately, next Guru Purnima we have to get Mukti. From Nana, what happened next time? I'll wait for tomorrow's class if they ask this question. What question people ask, I don't know. Huh?
It covers.
It covers. Are we clear? So, who are you? Between eating and shitting, what is there is you. People will take my stick and beat me if I say like this. Recycle material. See, all of us, nothing but some objects in universal consciousness being recycled constantly. That's all. It's a factory. It is a factory.
It's a good slogan on a t-shirt.
What is the slogan?
Eating and shitting is
So, ಕತ್ತೆ ಇವತ್ತದು ಚಿಮ್ಕಲಿದಿ ಓಕೆ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ತಿಂತೀವಿ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಓಕೆ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ you can tell Vedanta in any other way.
I will change my statement. You are a beautiful energy.
And you're a dutiful husband also.
Beautiful energy pattern.
only one of these two is the truth.
What is it?
Like between beautiful energy pattern, one of these is the truth.
One of this is truth. Okay, we'll close for the day. Sit silently for the time. असतोमा सद्गमय तमसोमा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ओम शांति शांति शांति। पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति ಶಾಂತಿ ನಾನು ನಾನೆಂಬುದು ನಾನಲ್ಲ ಈ ದೇಹ ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದಾತ್ಮ ಶಿವನಾನೇ ಶಿವೋಹಂ 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 ಆತ್ಮದರ್ಶನಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮದರ್ಶನಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮದರ್ಶನಂ ಸತ್ಯದರ್ಶನಂ ಅಂತರ್ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಬಹಿರ್ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಪರಾತ್ಪರ ज्योतिरेव ज्योति स्वयं ज्योति आत्मज्योति शिवोऽस्म्यहं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ सदगुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ हे योगेश्वर हे ज्ञानेश्वर हे परमेश्वर हे सर्वेश्वर निज कृपा बरसाओ सदगुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ मेरा अंतर तिमिर मिठाओ सदगुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ हम बालक तेरे द्वार पे आए मंगल तरस दिखाओ सदगुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ शीश झुकाए करें तेरी आरती प्रेम सुधा बरसाओ सदगुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ अंतर में युग युग से सोई चिति शक्ति को जगाओ सदगुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ जीवन आत्मा आनंद अविनाशी शरण न शरण लगाओ सदगुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ I'll just tell what is surrender. 5 minutes. Okay. So I'll just tell what is surrender. The question is there. You want to, huh? Okay. The question is, what is surrender? Surrender is the only way to live your life. There's no other way. So your life is not your life. There's nothing called personal life. Everything is functioning of the universal consciousness. Your life is being lived through your body-mind complex. Your heartbeat, your eyes functioning, ears functioning, your functioning of your total body-mind complex is a life functioning through you. You cannot think. Thinking happens. Everything in life is happening. How can you control happening? So sunrise and sunset, you cannot control. Seasons, you cannot control. But we have a feeling that something happening in my life I don't want to happen. Why it's happening to me? Understand? Why it's happening to me? The very fact that it's happening to you, you don't have control over that. Because any happening in our life is a functioning of the universal consciousness, Ishvara, not individual consciousness. Understand? You don't have any choice in what happens in your life. Did you choose your parents? You should have chosen some other parents with a better nose. Huh? You should have chosen some parents who have some billions of dollars in Swiss bank. Your genetics you didn't choose. You think I'm intelligent. Did you choose your brain capacity? Are you able to think? The functioning of the brain you don't understand. Still you cannot claim you think. Thoughts arise. Life functions through us. You are being lived through. You don't live your life. Then how can you say something has to be controlled in my life? What happens in my life? So once you understand everything happening in your life is a function of universal consciousness, Ishvara. And Ishvara making things available to me, what is required in my life at the right time, right moment. For my evolution of body-mind complex. Ultimately, it's Ishvara only, no? His self-interest also is there, no? This body-mind complex should evolve, no? So what is happening in my life is a blessing, grace. Favorable, unfavorable circumstances are nothing but blessings for my life. So then what will happen? You don't resist the present moment. Otherwise, we always resist the present moment because we always live in the past or future. See, our last 20 years, nothing has happened like this. Why it should happen to me? You are not being singled out in the universe because you are nobody in the universe. How can you be singled out? You are thinking of somebody. So because I'm thinking of somebody, I'm creating a set of impressions, vasanas, samskaras, and those vasanas and samskaras are giving back to you. Universe doesn't keep anything. It will return back to you. You are creating your life moment to moment by thinking of past or future. Live in the present moment. Accept whatever comes in your life as a blessing, grace. Act, but don't react. Act is conscious functioning. So that's called surrender. Simple. You don't have damn any control in your life. What happens in your life? Forget about what happens in life. You don't have control of heartbeat, breathing, brain functioning. Okay. What you can control is something happened in your life. You can be more aware and conscious and act rather than being unconsciously reacting. So you have only choice to move towards higher and higher consciousness. That's called surrender. Any questions? Okay, we'll read. What is it? Nothing you can control in your life here. Huh? After marriage, it becomes so obvious. You lose all control of life. That's why first advice for anybody is get married. You are not suffering because you are not happy because you are not married. That's your problem. The root cause is that. Once you are married, you'll become so happy, enlightened. See, smile on the face of couples here. They are understanding the reality of life so well. You are not understanding. For your reality is only virtual books in books only. Life is suffering. How is suffering? So come, we'll eat food.